So watch the series till the end, and also watch the complete series. Okay, let's start. First question, quite big one, huh? It's a biggie. We call it biggie, right? So quite a big one. Which of the following is not correct statement regarding sensitivity in context of the market risk measurement? So this is a quite big question, huh? Yeah, everyone focus clearly on this. Which of the following is not a correct statement regarding sensitivity in context of market risk measurement? Now look at this, sensitivity and market risk. Okay, what is sensitivity? Sensitivity is a measure of market risk. Okay, market risk is measured in two forms. One is this sensitivity. Okay, sensitivity, and second is duration approach. Again, paid classes. In paid classes, I do take the in details all these parts. Okay. So now we are studying over here sensitivity question. Got it? Sensitivity is measured as change in the market value due to the unit change in the variable. Unit change in the variable. So sensitivity is measured as change in the market value due to the unit change in the variable. Due to unit change. Unit change in the variable means what? 1% change in the repo rate, let's say. That is known as unit change in the variable. So change in the market value means market price of that bond. Okay, always remember one thing. I'll give you one simple logic. Okay, the price of the bond, price. Okay, let me see how many of you know this. Price of the bond and interest rates, or let's say repo rate. They are related how? Suppose if let's say the repo rate goes up, then what happens to the price of the bond? In the comment section, type fast. If repo rate goes up, what happens to the price of the bond? Up or down? It generally goes down. Okay, it's in the reverse proportion. Always remember. Okay, that's why change in the market value means price based on the change in the value of the variable means repo rate. Okay, sensitivity as a measure suffers from the fact that it does not consider impact of other parameters which may also change simultaneously. Now we want not correct. Look at this. The question is, always keep in mind the main question. Not correct. Okay. So sensitivity suffers from the fact that it does not consider impact of other parameters which may also change simultaneously. What are the other parameters? Now look at this. Repo rate and price change, right? These are, repo rate is one parameter, but what are the other parameters? Other parameters means it can be inflation, that can also be the part. It can be the forex reserves, that can also be the part. Okay, so these are other parameters. C. Sensitivity as a measure suffers from the fact that it does not remain constant for all the values of the variable. It does not remain constant for all the values means what? What do you mean by this? Here, let's focus on the values. Just now what did I tell you? One is repo, second is inflation. Okay. Third one is, let's say, forex reserves with RBI. So let's say these are the three parameters. So the price change of the bond, will it be the same for all the parameters? Repo changes by 1%, price changes by 2%. Inflation changes by 1%, price changes by 2%. Forex changes, reserves change by 1%, price changes by 2%. Will it happen like this? Type in the comment section yes or no. Repo changes by 1%, price will also change by 2%. Inflation changes by 1%, price will change by 2%. Again same, see this, here I am keeping this same constant 2%. Forex changes by 1%, price changes by 2%. Will it happen like this? It will not, right? So which one of them is not correct? Now think over it. Which one of them is not correct? We want not correct. Or is it the last one? Right? So which one of them is not correct? None of the above. Think. Is A not correct, B not correct, C not correct? Okay, let's think about A. measured as a change in the market value due to the unit change in the variable. So that is true. But unit change in the repo rate will make the price change in the bond. Okay, so that is true. Sensitivity as a measure suffers from the fact that it does not consider the impact of other parameters which may also change simultaneously. Means what? It means over here when I am studying repo versus price, okay, I'm just considering the correlation between these two parameters. I'm not considering inflation and forex changes in this. So this is also true. This is also true. Whenever we study any parameter for the result, we have to study only that parameter. Sensitivity as a measure suffers from the fact that it does not remain constant for all the values. This is also true. So what is the false one? Not correct. D. None of the above is the correct one. So which of them is not correct? None of the above. Because all of them are correct. Got it? Watch the question again. Everyone kindly watch the question again. Very important one. Very difficult one. The change in value of 0.01% change in the market yield is called as, now this is simple, I'll move fast on this. Basis point change, percentage change, duration and price volatility. Fast. Give me the answer fast. 0.01%, okay, means 1/100th part of the percent. So it is called as basis point, okay. Basis point, remember this, it's called as basis point. There are two approaches. One is basis point, and second is duration, modified duration, okay. So duration is for 1%. Remember this, I'll give you gross level, means big level. 1% change is duration approach, and 0.01% change is BPV, basis point valuation, okay. On average, the equivalent time which the holder of a bond must wait to receive the present value of the cash flow is called as what? Oh, on average equivalent time which the holder of the bond must wait, means suppose if I'm holding a bond, what is the average time for which I must hold this bond to receive the present value is known as what? Downside potential, duration, basis point value and value at risk. So many difficult words are given, right? So many. Let me see how many of you can answer this. How many of you are answering this? Let me see. Comment section fast. Okay, it is. Some of you are answering downside potential, right? Answer is simple. See here, always in my many of the lectures I do tell answers are simple. So the answer is duration. Okay, the duration means what? Which duration are we talking of? Again, remember there are two durations. What are the two durations? Two durations. What are the two durations? Number one is Macaulay duration, Macaulay, right? Macaulay. And second one is modified, right? Modified duration, right? So these are the two durations. Here we are talking of Macaulay duration. Modified duration we have talked in the earlier question. See this. Here I gave you this duration of 1%. This is modified duration, modified. Okay. And here we are talking of Macaulay duration. Got it? Macaulay. Got it? What is Macaulay duration? Macaulay duration is a duration in which, in the life of that bond, in which, okay, in which what? The interest rate risk is zeroized. Interest rate risk equals to 0. This is a main point about Macaulay duration. Okay, interest rate risk is 0 in this. Okay, so this is known as duration. Remaining all things are totally different. Value at risk means what? What is the amount, or what is the this amount at risk? Suppose, let's say I'll explain you what is value at risk. Okay, let's say I buy a Reliance share. Reliance share. Okay. Now let's say I've invested 2900. Let's say one share is what, at 3000. Let's make it 3000 round. Reliance share is at 3000 approximately. So if I invest 3000, is my entire 3000 amount at risk? What is the recent trend of Reliance share? So look at this. Suppose if this is a line of 3000 and the share moves between 2800 to 3200, means daily it moves between this to this. Lower side it goes to 2800 and upper side it goes to 3200. So what is my VAR, that value at risk? Value at risk means whatever is a fluctuation. This complete fluctuation is known as my VAR 400. So even though I have invested 3000 rupees in the Reliance share, it doesn't mean my entire 3000 amount is at risk. My only 400 rupees is at risk. Okay, so this is known as VAR. Remaining things already explained. BPV explained. Downside potential, we have explained it earlier in one of the earlier lectures. Kindly follow that. Okay. The longer the duration of a security, longer the duration means what? Bond having the maturity period of long time. Okay. Or once the bond life is longer, the Macaulay duration also becomes longer. Which of them is correct? Now we want the correct one. Huh? Longer the duration of the bond, the shorter will be the price sensitivity yield charge, and higher would be the risk associated with the bond. Think over it. Huh? Everyone think over it. Shorter will be the price sensitivity. Next, greater will be the price sensitivity yield charge, and higher would be the risk associated with the bond. So higher risk, longer duration, higher risk. Okay, longer, higher risk, higher. The greater will be the price sensitivity yield charge, and lower would be the risk associated. Greater is the price sensitivity greater. And last one, shorter is the price sensitivity yield and lower is the risk associated. Now think over it. Apply your own logic everywhere, because this question should be based on your logic as well as your studies. Think over it. Greater will be the price sensitivity. Greater is the price sensitivity. Okay. And higher would be the risk. Shorter is the price sensitivity and higher is the risk. Greater is the price sensitivity and lower is the risk. Okay. Shorter is the price sensitivity and lower is the risk. So what should be the correct answer? Look at this short, high, this concept. Shall I give you the answer? Let me see in the comment section. Very difficult one. This is a bit of difficult question. A bit mind tickling, you can call it. Okay. So let's see. Okay, let me explain you some part. Duration is longer. What do you mean by duration is longer? Duration is longer means what? The time horizon is longer. See here, one bond is of the period of 3 years. 3 years. And other bond is of the period of, let's say, 10 years. 10 years. So which bond will have higher sensitivity or higher movement? Which bond will have higher sensitivity with respect to change in the base, any base this element or base parameter? So whichever bond has longer duration will have greater sensitivity. This will move faster. This will move slower with respect to one parameter. Sensitivity means movement. Okay, here it will be higher. So greater is the price sensitivity. So that is okay. Now the answer is either B or C. Okay. And now higher would be the risk associated with the bond and lower would be the risk associated with the bond. Now this is the case. If a bond is of longer duration or if the bond is of shorter duration, who will have the higher risk? Okay. If I ask you to invest in something which will give you returns in 2 years, and then I ask you to invest something which will give you returns in 20 years. Which one will you prefer? 2 years or 20 years? Write in the comment section. If I ask you to invest in something which will give you returns in 2 years, whereas I'll ask you to invest the same amount in something which will give you returns in 20 years. You will definitely invest in 2 years. Why? Because you say 20 years, who has seen? What happens in 20 years we don't know. Because there is the element of risk associated with it. Whenever any bond or any instrument has a longer duration, the risk associated will always be higher. So the answer over here is B. Greater the risk price sensitivity and higher would be the risk associated with the bond. Okay? Got it? Simple, clear. Move on. Bond price changes can be estimated using the modified duration with the formula. So what is the modified duration formula now? So duration into modified duration into interest rate changes. Modified duration into interest rate changes. Minus modified duration into yield change. Modified duration upon yield change. So what is the answer now? Yeah. Bond price change. We are calling it bond price change. Remember, the first question in today's series, what did I tell you? There was a major hint given to you about this question. In first question, go back, pause this video, go back. There was a major hint given. Why? What was that hint? The price of the bond and the interest rates move in which direction? Same direction or opposite? This was a hint. So when I'm saying that it is an opposite direction, it means the answer will be minus. Opposite means minus. So the answer is C over here. Okay. So the bond price changes can be estimated using the modified duration with the following formulae. Minus modified duration into yield change. This is the answer. That's why I gave you the hint. What was that first question or the initial question? Okay. What was that question? It was minus bond price and the yield are always in opposite direction, right? To calculate the value at risk, there are following approaches. Number one, correlation method, also called as variance or covariance matrix method. Historical simulation, Monte Carlo simulation, and Macaulay's duration. So value at risk. Value at risk means, just now I gave you that example of Reliance. 3000 invested, 200 up, 200 down. So value at risk is 400. So what is the answer for this? Yeah. How to find out the value at risk? What are the methods? Value at risk methods. Correlation method, historical simulation method, and Monte Carlo method, and Macaulay duration. So value at risk is determined using which of the methods? 1 to 4 all? It is B. 1 to 3 only. Macaulay's duration is not considered in value at risk. Okay. For calculating VAR, we don't consider Macaulay duration, correlation, historical simulation, and Monte Carlo. Okay. To calculate the value at risk, the various approaches are based on the following parameters. Now look at this. Various approaches means what? These are the approaches. These: correlation, historical, and Monte Carlo. But what are the parameters? What are the parameters? Holding period, historical time zone. Holding period, confidence interval. Historical time zone, time horizon, and confidence interval. Holding period, historical time zone, and confidence interval. So all of them. So which of them is the answer? Second, this one. Yeah. Think over it. It is everyone fast. It is D. Correct. Holding period, historical time zone, and this confidence interval. All the three are required. Okay. To calculate all the three approaches over here. These three approaches: correlation, historical, and Monte Carlo. All are based on these three parameters: holding period, historical time horizon, and confidence interval. Okay. So that was a YT series. Now before going, let me show you, kindly join the batches. Okay. Kindly join the here. What is happening is the exams are coming near now, right? So do join the batches ASAP. Which are the batches? Let me show you. Hold on. Victory batch. Okay. Click on here, victory batch. Here we are covering all the important numericals, objective questions, case studies. You can join the CAIIB Mahapack 2.0 also. Here you get multiple batches per subject. How to join it? Let me show you. Here, go to Adda 24/7. I'll always suggest you to go through the app. In the app, you get 1% extra using the coin systems. Okay. What is the coin system? Means you go on collecting. Here, it's like that coupons which we collect. As you go on purchasing more, you will get more coin systems. Okay. So go to Adda 24/7. Say this here. Click on JAIIB and CAIIB. Click on the JAIIB and CAIIB. Done. Now click on CAIIB May 24. CAIIB. Okay. Now you see the victory batch. Click on this victory batch. Look at the details. As already told you, all the numericals, objective questions, case studies covered, and ebooks are there, test series, online live classes, expert faculties, interactive classes, recorded videos, and limited size batches. So all these things are there. Ebooks are to the level of per chapter. Okay, so that is the beauty. And what is the discount offer? Click on buy now. Look at this. Put the code Y432, Y432. Click on apply. Look at this, 79% off plus 1% on the app. So you're getting 80% off. Huge discount offer. Okay, join fast. I'll always suggest you to join this Mahapack also. In Mahapack, you get multiple batches per subject. Okay, and right now double validity is going on. Double validity means you buy for 6 months, you get it for 12 months plus 80% off. 80% off is already there. Look at this. 79 over here, put the code Y432. Never forget the code Y432. 79% over here and 1% on the app. Okay, so join fast the Mahapack or the batches. Okay.